And now, welcome to the Great Cigar and Pipe Show. Presented by Hiram Solomon Cigars. And also the Oliva Cigar family. Coming to you live from the Corona Cigar Company studios.
I am a blues man. I live this life.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another great cigar and pipe show. And we got a full house tonight. We got lots of guests. We got a lady running the show this evening. It's Kathy Pecorini. She's going to be hosting with lots of wonderful questions. And look who's next to me. He's sneaking away, but he's somewhere
No, I'm
here.
here. You just got the camera hogging on yourself.
Oh, no, I'm over here, buddy. I'm over here. There you go. Wow. The one and only, my man. He's back here.
This camera.
Look at this
He's got
guy.
this camera.
There
He's
you
got
go.
this camera.
It's Kyle Jesso to the next day here from Tampa, Florida.
It's too cold here. I need to go back. It's snowing here. I'm not used to this. I don't like this anymore. I'm done with this. I want my 80-degree sunshine.
Stop complaining, Kyle. I don't want to hear about these complaints.
Well,
Kathy,
he does.
go.
He complains. And down below in Florida, we got my brother, retired Bob.
Down below.
Welcome back.
And the one, the only, the chooch master himself, Cousin Frank.
Boo.
Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
true.
Happy
Halloween,
Halloween,
folks.
everybody.
Halloween.
We
There
all
you
have
go.
our costumes on. If this doesn't scare you, nothing will.
We
Because-
are looking like Steve Saka these days, aren't we?
These are some ugly mugs other than Kathy. So,
Wow, really?
And our co-host once a month there we have Kathy from
Hi,
Cigar
guys.
Box
Hey,
Marketing.
Glad to be here. As always, I look forward to you lunatics. And, we did our homework like usual. So we're really excited to talk to Carole and Randy and get this show on the road.
absolutely. You know what? It's really cool that we're kind of showcasing two companies tonight. And even though you think that they don't have anything in common, they have everything in common.
Everything, of
Because
course.
if you're smoking a cigar or pipe and you're doing it indoors,
You
you're
want
definitely going
clean
to
air.
want clean air.
Absolutely.
So thank God we do have clean air from LakeAir. Clean air from
Clean
LakeAir.
air from LakeAir. Very nice,
Yeah.
Frank.
You know, hey,
Yeah,
no, I'm
nice,
not
nice.
bad. I can say a few things here and there.
Once in a while.
Sometimes I'm not too coherent, but that's because I drank more than I should have. But tonight I didn't. So,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably got your fill from Margot
I only-
Ween this weekend.
oh, listen, let me tell you one thing about being in a 55 plus that is centered around Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville.
And
These
nobody
people-
works.
Nobody's working, but they work very hard at partying.
Yes. Yeah.
They do. So we were like nonstop parties for 2 days. So I'm kind of glad that this is a night a night to relax and enjoy. Just
We
sitting
did
out.
some relaxing earlier. We had nice margaritas.
We did. We had
Nice,
some
nice
margaritas.
big pitcher full.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Oh,
Nice.
is this going to be another night of?
No, we only had one pitcher.
Frankisms.
that time we had two.
No, you're on tonight, so these guys can't get too crazy.
Really going to
since-
relax? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're going to sit back, fall asleep, wait till you do your thing, and that's what's
Well,
going
we've
to happen.
got a
here
lot of
tonight.
folks chiming in. We've got Danny. I haven't seen Danny in gazillion years. Danny Crook.
Danny.
He has grabbed
Oh,
a
yeah.
few of the thief pipes from Danny Boys over the years at Bristol Ren Fair. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Renaissance Fair. Renaissance
Yes,
Fair.
Ren Fair. I get it, Kathy. Don't worry. You don't
Ren-
have to explain.
Well,
it.
it could be Renfield too. Master. Master.
So spooky.
Yeah, we got a lot of people jumping on.
jumping
Chris
on. We got
Cutler
a-
from Texas is
Yes.
on.
We've
Good
got-
Danny Cook. Man, he has been around a long
Brian's
time.
got
Brian, Chris
Mr.
Eden, who
Chris-
just left you.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's here. No, he hasn't left yet. He's
Oh, he's
here.
still there?
He's still,
Okay.
he's still in Florida, so we do have
All
that.
right.
We have Mr. Gap, Dr. Mr. Dr. Mr. Gap,
Dr. Gabby
I'm not
Caffey's
Mr.
on. Hello there.
Dr. Mr. Gabby.
Dr. Mister.
Dr. Mr. Gabby.
Cover all your bases.
I don't know if he's ever been called that before.
Dr. Mister.
Sure, yeah.
Calling Dr. Mister. Dr. Mister.
And we got Dave up here, our man Dave,
Dave,
always
yes.
watching, supporting us. Oh, and the one, the only, the real chooch, Joey G.
Oh, Gulino.
And Dave Crawford.
He's
Yes.
smoking a Danny Boy pipe.
There you go.
All
Hey,
right.
hey, where's Bruce?
Dave is a very, very big supporter. He does all the Renaissance Fair up here. He's always hanging out in Danny Boy's shop. He knows Carole well and the whole crew. Big supporter of Danny Boy Pipes. Yes, Dave. Thank you for joining us. For
And,
sure.
and it's the best. I called him the boss piper before.
I did call him
Best piper.
Bass
I
Piper.
called him the boss piper.
Okay.
Hey, that's kind of. I think that's
Wait,
kind of a nice.
Is it bass or is it bass?
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh,
if
semantics.
it's bass, it's BASE.
No.
No.
It could be bass. Like it's a bass guitar.
Bass guitar.
Bass guitar, yeah.
Listen, or your free bass.
Oh,
He's the free basing.
Oh,
piper.
that didn't take long to go in the crapper.
I'm telling you, and that's on Frank. That wasn't even me.
Yeah,
Holy
Frank
cow.
had a picture of
Just don't go on
margaritas.
fire.
Well, if I'm co-hosting, somebody has to keep track of the Ronnie-isms. So.
Oh,
That's
Oh, it's
true.
Frankism. Start with
I
him.
did not do
No,
any.
no, no.
I've been Ronnie
Yeah.
ism, Frankism free
So
right now.
just so everyone knows, we
Wow,
are
look at
smoking a
that.
beautiful
Oh, look at that.
Danny
Wow.
Boy pipe here.
You got
That
it.
is
Nice.
gorgeous.
What are you smoking
I
in there?
absolutely.
We
love
got
that.
some of that
Captain Black Platinum by
I thought it was some of that
by
stuff
Experiment.
Americish.
Here you go.
Oh, I love that.
So
I
Bob,
love
you have the exact one that Kyle has, and Frank got the one that I
Yeah,
have.
because I asked for that one because I don't have one that looks like that.
Yep.
Bob,
Oh.
you get the straight with the black end.
That's fine by
I
me.
know. Yeah,
I
I
don't
figured.
give
Yeah,
a
Bob,
I wanted
Bob.
that natural.
As long as it's a pipe, Bob is happy.
Exactly. You know what? No, you know what? Why, you don't want to tell him that? You don't want to tell him what
I
we're
don't want
smoking?
to. I don't want to tell him.
Why?
No. Not
Oh,
yet. Not yet.
Not yet. He's going to
Good.
wait for that.
We're going to light our pipes, but then I'll tell him what it is.
Let's say Smoke Haven.
No,
We got Kelly.
no.
We got Kelly.
It's 65
Kelly-
years old. this
Kelly
kid.
Trooper. I like
Kelly
that.
Trooper.
Is that Italian?
Trooper?
Yes.
Trooper.
Yes.
Not
Trooper. Trooper.
Trooper.
Awesome
That's
to
nice,
meet you,
Trooper.
fine gentlemen and lady.
Yes.
Another Danny Boy smoker loving your show.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. Trooper.
Trooper.
There you go.
You're Italian. You're honorary
Trooper.
Italian. If
Yeah,
you're not,
even if she's not, it sounds Italian. So let's go for it. Carol's got a bunch of let me tell you, Carol's got a bunch of her lady friends coming on tonight. And
And we got-
Saj is watching. Look at that. He jumped
We got-
on board.
we've got big
Big
fellas,
fellas.
Mobile Cigar Lounge.
They're going to be at the Chicago Pipe Show. They're coming in.
Nice.
They're the mobile lounge that I'm bringing on board.
And-
They're excited.
Okay.
And
And
Sanj
they're excited.
always says hello by saying,
Hi,
"You
Sanj.
face." I can't even pronounce what he just said. Let's just say he says a lot of things that are meant to be said, but only
Yeah.
Sanj can say it that way.
Yes.
Yes. He
Usually
speaks the truth.
Usually Sanj's words are all bleeped out, so you don't really know what he's saying. It's just one long beep. It's like
And we also, Kelly Trooper. Bada bing. Hey, I think
Bada bing.
you know?
That's
There you go.
I like her already. Anyway, Kathy, why don't you let the crowd know what you got lined up for us tonight?
Oh my
before we
gosh.
go
Well,
outside?
like always, we want to make sure that we have good engagement with our guests, right?
Yes, always.
we always sit down prior, and Randy's going to be laughing because I basically just shot him a bunch of questions and, hey, dude, I know you got this. Here's the questions. But I did have the pleasure of speaking to Carole this afternoon from Danny Boy Pipes, and I can't wait to have a conversation with her. She is just the most engaging woman. She has a great presence, an amazing business model.
Yes.
Her knowledge, it knows no bounds. And it's one thing to be a beautiful cigar smoker, but when you're also a beautiful pipe smoker, I think that just lends to the allure.
Yeah.
Right.
So, again, kudos. Carole is certainly a guest that I'm really excited to hear about. And of course, Randy and his son from LakeAir, as you said earlier, Frank, perfect combination of guests. And I've spoken to Randy a while ago, and I know he has some new things that he's going to want to bring our way as well that I'm sure he'll be excited about. So I don't know who you want to bring on first or who you want to bring on, but bring them on both.
We'll bring them both on, but
Sure.
we'll first go to our first round of sponsors. This way, if Bruce is somewhere luring, he knows that he can take a quick
Yeah,
bath.
he hasn't checked in yet. I don't think he took his blue pill
Surprise.
He didn't take his blue
No,
pill.
probably not.
No, he probably
Wow.
didn't. So we'll be right back, folks. You don't want to miss tonight's show.
This industry is steeped in family and tradition. You know, there's generational stuff, and I see it over and over, and yet, no, I didn't come from that. Being the outsider looking in, I got to ask all the silly questions, and people were very accepting to want to give me all the right answers. I'm very thankful for those people who kind of allowed me to come in. Now with Alec and Bradley in the business, to have our company become generational, that's pretty cool.
Welcome to GTO Dominican Cigars, a boutique cigar company that artfully blends and creates some of the finest handmade puros from the Cibao Valley in the Dominican Republic. We are fourth-generation manufacturers and growers of tobacco with over 140 years of experience, offering a variety of styles, blends, and strengths. Mild, medium plus, and full-bodied. We would truly consider it an honor for you to experience our cigars. Those who know smoke GTO.
Before you light your next cigar, be sure to check out Cigar Medics, the makers of the patent-approved humidimeter. The humidimeter is a tool designed to display the relative humidity inside your cigar. With this device, there's no more guessing. Simply insert the probes into the foot or cap of your cigar, and you can instantly know if your cigar is ready to be smoked. Buy now on cigarmedics.com and see site for other cigar accessories. With the humidimeter, you'll know when to hold them and know when to smoke them.
Years in the making, the Chief cigar was born, blended, boxed, and released to market on June 26, 2015. This cigar was developed by former fire chief, firefighter, cigar aficionado Ken Dorbecker, and has grown into a signature firehouse cigar line. Including, of course, the Chief, a Nicaraguan Habano blend, Proby, a Connecticut Shade blend, All Hands, a Maduro Mexican San Andreas box press, and the brand new Fire Pole, a beautifully crafted San Andreas Habano barber pole. Join the Chief family and make us part of your humidor. R&A Treasures, out of Tampa Bay, Florida. The last of a legacy. The last of an inventory of Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs.
Wow.
And we're back.
Hello.
Wow.
So I just want to say
What's
that because my birthday is just a couple of days away, I opened up a tin that's as old as I am.
Really?
Wow.
Ooh,
70
And?
years old, this tobacco.
wow.
71.
Well, not yet.
Ronnie, you got to guess which one it is.
Oh, wow. That's going to be
Kyle, I think you were in the room when we smoked it at the PCA. At the Chicago Pipe Show.
The Jack.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Diamond.
you found a
Jack of
can of
Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds.
Yep.
wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Jealous.
I'll be there in
Easy.
3. I'll be there in 3 weeks. No problem.
Gone, Ronnie.
Gone.
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 All right, Kathy, do the introductions.
All right. So without further ado, I would like to introduce, we have the boys from LakeAir. We have our beautiful and lovely Carole. Is it Cianelli or Cianelli? Am I saying that right?
Cianelli.
Cianelli from Danny Boy Cigars. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Randy, wake up.
I'm here.
I know you have a lot more vim and vigor in you than I'm looking at right now, baby.
Saving it all for you.
Come on, Ben.
Oh,
Give him
yeah.
the elbow, Ben. Give him the elbow. Keep it going.
Yeah, really.
Who do you want to start with, Kath?
So let's start. I think ladies first, if that's okay with you guys.
It's proper. It's proper.
And I thought that, after looking at and sort of doing my homework and looking at Carole's website, one of the things I wanted her to really lead with, and certainly Randy can lead with a similar question, is, her career, her journey to where she is right now really is very, very diverse. And I'm not going to spill the beans, but I think, Carole, if you could sort of take us from where you started, because it is a rather big sea change from where you are now, and how this kind of happened. So please, without further ado, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I have had an interesting and eclectic work life. I was a dancer and a singer and an actress, and I was destined for New York from Northern Virginia, where I grew up, in a very small kind of hobby farm area outside of Manassas, Virginia. And I did do that for 16 years. I was in New York. I was performing. I met my husband there. He's an actor. And we lived that life, and it was great fun. And I had an event in 1997, when I was in my late 20s. I had shingles in my inner ear, and it paralyzed the right side of my face, and it pretty much put a halt to my performing career.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did flounder for a couple of years. I mean, as an actor, you do a lot of jobs. I mean, I have had a lot of interesting jobs. I was a dentist office receptionist, and then pulled in to like assist in people's mouths sometimes. And I was a waitress. I was an actress. I was a babysitter. I was all kinds of different jobs. And then in 2003, my husband and I had a long talk about, we were in New York City. We're both working so many jobs, paying for private school. That's the only reason we were working so many jobs: pay our rent, pay for school.
Yeah. Especially, yeah,
it's crazy. So we decided to leave the city. He took a job in the University of Wisconsin system. We moved to the Milwaukee area in 2003. And our son was 8 years old, and he and my husband both had instant communities. My son at school, my husband at school.
Oh,
so
right. Yeah.
I was sort of like in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, twiddling my thumbs. I couldn't order Indian food. I had to drive everywhere. My whole life was turned upside down. I didn't know what to do. So I spent quite a lot of time crafting. I like to knit and crochet and needle felt. And so we went to the Renaissance Fair, and my son loved it. And I looked around. I was like, wow, all these little shops, they're full of people. They're selling a lot of stuff. I can do this. So my first shop at the fair in 2005 was at the Bristol Renaissance Fair in Wisconsin, was a needle felted doll shop. And we had quite a large and loyal following, like the pipe shop does. Unfortunately, it took 4 or 5 hours to make one doll. And it was just my husband and I making these dolls and getting arthritis in our hands. And we finally, we got to this point where we were getting worn down from that. Just about the time our son, who was 15, came to me and said, I want to study business in college, and I think I should have my own Renaissance Fair shop. And I said, okay, what will you be making? And he said, can I just buy some shit, Mom? And I said,
that's all the easy way. Before we get any further, there's now another connection is Wisconsin, right? Because isn't LakeAir based out of Wisconsin?
Yes, we're in Racine.
There you go. So you have another connection. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No worries. Yeah. So we talked to our marketplace director. I explained to her, what our son Hayes wanted to do. And she said, we need a pipe shop. And I was like, pipe. I do know about pipes. My dad was a big pipe smoker. And I thought about it, and I said, Julia, I love the idea, but I don't know if I want my 16-year-old selling pipes and tobacco. I mean, I'm just not sure that's the right thing. And 6 months later, between her and my husband and my son, I was like, okay, we're going to have a pipe shop. So,
awesome.
So we opened the first Danny Boy Pipe Shop at the Renaissance Festival in Wisconsin at Bristol in 2010.
Wow.
And, my husband's very punny. So the name Danny Boy Pipes is, akin to the song, The Pipes Are Calling.
Yeah.
So we say it all day long at the fair. Hey, the pipes are calling. but you know, funnily enough, people would walk up to my son and say, "Hey, Danny." They thought he was Danny. And so still people come in and ask me, "How's Danny?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's 29 now. He's a lawyer in Chicago."
Let them think whatever they want. Doesn't really matter.
Yes, exactly. So, I mean, being from such a, you know, an eclectic background of work and how my life, you know, transitioned from thing to thing, I'm honestly not surprised at all that now at 55, I'm the pipe wench. You know, it just seems fitting.
Which I love, which I absolutely love that too. Monikers like that are really cute if you can carry it off classy, which you clearly do.
Oh, well, thank you.
Without a doubt.
So that brings us now segueing over to the boys in blue to the right of the screen. That let's just we'll do like a dueling pianos for a moment. And I don't know which of you wants to tell us about really how LakeAir got started. And I know, Randy, the conversations you and I have had are wonderful. And I love your enthusiasm and also your forward thinking strategically, not just about yourself, but about others in the business. So would you just give us a quick overview as well?
Sure. I was never a dancer. I was never an actress.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah.
I thought you were a disco dancer, Randy.
I tell you, I babysat a couple times. All right, I did that. But I also started out young doing those kind of things. 9 years old, I had my first business selling night crawlers to the guys at the lake up where our cabin was. And pretty much have been in business my whole entire life. Ben asked me the other day at lunch, "So how long have you not worked for yourself?" And I said, 18 months in my whole 63 years. Pretty much have always been my own guy. Worked in Chicago for quite a few years, had sandblasting and painting down there. Was down in Texas, did all kinds of things there. Came up to Racine and started in manufacturing railroad equipment. And all of a sudden, the option to buy LakeAir came up to me. LakeAir was housed in the building we're in now. And the guy who owned the company and owned the building said, "Hey, look, I can't run the company anymore. The LakeAir company, you want to buy it?" And I bought it from him. And so then we got into the air purification business. Didn't know a thing about it, but a lot of studying. My first employee was Ben, my son. I won't tell you about the first job he had, but it was really stinky. So we've been doing that now for, well, I've been doing the air purifying gig for, we're going on 8 years, manufacturing for the last 15, and involved in manufacturing for the last 30. So it's something we've done for a long time. And what we did with LakeAir is we ended up taking and rejuvenating the whole product line. The products that were there, there's only one left that we haven't totally rehabbed. And the idea is to make everything more energy efficient, make it more efficient, make it work for people. And that's really what we're doing. We're very uncommon in the business because everything is made right in Racine, Wisconsin. So many of the competitors, they're made in the USA, but they buy the parts from China, they bring them over here, and they put them together.
Okay, so hold on. I just want to take a pause. Made in USA. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
This is important. Support your local, right? So, sorry. Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, no problem. So made in the USA, we bring the steel in here, we form it here, we weld it here. We have our own powder coating on site. We do everything here. We assemble it here. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to help people in homes, people in cigar shops, people in pipe shops be a little more responsible about this great pastime that we have, smoking pipes, smoking cigars. And what we've done is upgraded the equipment so you can do it at home and you don't have to be out, huddling up next to the snowblower where you're enjoying your Danny Boy pipe. This way, you should be able to do it right in your own home. Maybe the wife sends you off to the basement, or maybe the husband sends you off to your sewing room. I don't know how it goes, but with a good LakeAir air purifier, you can do it in home. And it's not just for smoking. It's for everything. It's for your allergies. It's for your CPOD. It's for your pets. It's for everything. So that's what we're about. We're about a lot bigger answer to a huge problem. I mean, we've got all these forest fires, these wildfires going all the time. Every state is affected by it today. So we're here just to make the quality of life a little bit better for everyone around.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
so as I, not knowing anything really about the different manufacturers, so what are the things that really makes your product stand out in the industry as far as purification? Is it the levels of media that you use, whether it's charcoal, whether it's HEPA, whether it's a combination of them? What really sets you apart?
Well, what sets us apart is we strive to make a product that works. There's a lot of people out there. The technologies that we're using, the electrostatic precipitator, was developed in the 1800s. It's still being used today. It is a great process. But what we've done with that one is we've modified it slightly so that it gives off less ozone and is more efficient. Gotcha. The HEPA filters that we use, well, rather than using the cheapest HEPA filter that we can get by with so we make more profit, we end up using a much heavier HEPA filter, something that is very robust. And when it comes to carbon filters, rather than having something that is super, super small, like I'm going to show you something here. Here is a standard HEPA filter that you would get in something like carbon filter. I'm sorry, thank you. A carbon filter that you would get in any air purifier. We have these as well. This is from one of our legacy units that we had when we bought the company. But we've replaced that with this baby. So this is the one, when we were at the Chicago Pipe Show, this is the one that we were showing people, because where this has probably got 20 grams of carbon, this has got 900 grams. Where this is 3/8 of an inch thick, this is 2.5 inches thick. So
and we make all of these ourselves. In fact, just today, a few hours ago, I was spraying glue onto the honeycomb, pouring the carbon. We make the carbon filters ourselves. Like just today, I was making a bunch for orders just today ourselves.
Okay, now for the novice, can you explain how valuable it is to increase the carbon in the filter? I mean, clearly I know it's a purification, but what does it actually do, and where can we go with that next?
Okay, so activated carbon will absorb odors. What you have to look at is for its efficiency, for its efficacy. So the amount of carbon a filter has, where I said, okay, we've got 20 grams of carbon. So 20 grams of carbon can hold a finite amount of odor.
Gotcha.
And this can hold 450 times more odor.
Wow.
This, at 3/8 of an inch thick, as it moves through, it can only grab so much odor. This, by being 2.5 inches thick, takes and traps 8 times more odor on each pass. So
Gotcha.
it's about making a better product.
Right.
Right. Wow. Now, are those? Can you recycle those? Can you wash those out and reuse them?
Those filters have to be thrown away. The electrostatic cells that we make, those can be washed. Throw them in the dishwasher, and you're good to go. But once carbon has absorbed all the odor it can, it needs to be thrown away. It can be recharged, but after it's recharged, first of all, it's very expensive because you got to heat it to 600 degrees.
Wow.
And then after you heated it there, then it's only good for 50% of that amount.
Okay.
So
That makes
now
sense.
something like this, and I know we've had this conversation, I'm going to segue back over to Carole, but in her cigar shops, in her Renaissance Fair locations, because I do know that that was a conversation you and I had, Randy, at PCA. And there was to me, there was a very big difference between standing closer to your organ and standing over by the Boutique Cigar Association area. The differences were really amazing in what I could smell and absorb. But as a pipe smoker or a cigar smoker, the aromas are part of what I enjoy. And I said to Carole earlier that I love the fact when my father packed the bowl of his cigar, of his pipe, I love that aroma. Does the aroma go away, or how does it actually work? I'm a little bit unsure of that.
So it is going to absorb the aroma. That odor is a gas, and it absorbs the gases. And at home, for just yourself, that odor is going to linger around in your room for a while. But what this is going to do is it's going to make it so it is absorbed. It's not getting into the soft goods. It's not creeping out under the door and upsetting your spouse or your roommate or whatever it is. So what it is a control. The smoke, when it goes in a HEPA filter, and I just happen to have one of those.
You just happened.
Yeah, smoke goes into that HEPA filter. It isn't coming out. It's done. The odor is probably going to have to go through this, probably 10, 15 times for it to be gone. So we always tell everybody, after you're done smoking, leave your unit on for 2 hours so it's not getting into your carpeting, it's not getting into your furniture. That's the difference there. So it is going to cut down on the aroma a lot.
Okay.
When you're in a cigar shop, though, and you've got 8 guys with 8 different cigars, you'll be able to taste your own cigar.
Right.
Not the guy next to you.
Nice.
Which is a perfect segue back to Carole about the construction and the development of her pipe brands, and how we had a great conversation on the name of one pipe that I actually Googled it while I was talking to her because I found it to be quite amazing. So maybe, Carole, if you want to talk a little bit about, since we've gone through the things that the technology that Randy and Ben are using, maybe now it's a little bit more appropriate to talk a little bit about what goes into your purchasing and how you develop the brands and what you call your pipes, because I love that when you give them these identities.
Yeah, every pipe has a name, and everyone in the family's been involved in naming the pipes.
Nice.
So, my customers are Renaissance Fair patrons. They will know that I say this in the most loving way. They're a geeky crowd, and they're very into the Game of Thrones, the Lord of the Rings, the Witcher. I mean, there are just countless, fantasy things that are popular amongst people who come to
cosplay for pipe smokers.
Yeah.
Exactly. And in my family, we're no stranger to loving all of those same things. So it was really easy for us to name the pipes. We'd see one and we'd be like, this is, like I told you, this is the sea bitch, and, and that just happens to be Theon Greyjoy's name of his ship, and if you're a real Game of Throneser, you see the sea bitch and you're like,
yeah, great.
But that's great marketing because now people can identify with that and it becomes very personal to them, which I know you can't really personalize an air purifier, but it's that same passion that, you put into the development of your lines.
Absolutely. And just to let you guys know, LakeAir, I lived in Racine for 10 years. I lived in Mount Pleasant, and I lived on over by the lake on Chatham Street. I'm sure I know exactly where you guys are. Yeah. And in my lounge at the Bristol Renaissance Fair, it gets really packed during the day, and it gets very smoky. And I have a little window that I can open in the back to let air pass through. But I put a ventilation system in, and I wish I had known more about you guys at the time. So we might have to talk about that after the show.
We'll make you a deal.
There you go.
We have Monty Hall subbing in for Randy. for the like older people in the room that don't get the inference.
Yeah.
So all right, so then one of the pipes that we talked about, I believe, was called the Church Warden.
Oh, well, Church Warden pipes. I sell a lot of Church Wardens. It's the Renaissance Festival, so again, like I'm getting 5-6 wizards coming in at a time, and they're all looking for Gandalf's pipe or Sauron's pipe or Gimli's pipe or whatever it is that's going to complete their costume. That's the pipe they want.
So guys, your tiny little pecker pipes don't qualify for the Church Warden pipe.
Oh, Kathy, did you go there? Did you really go there?
The Church Warden pipe is tell me the features. What are the features of that pipe?
So like a longer stem.
Longer stem.
Actually also a cooler smoke. I mean, it takes longer for the smoke to get to your mouth, so it cools off before it gets there. And it's a really nice cool smoke. I mean, I smoke different length pipes. Now I feel like I'm walking into like some real dangerous territory.
Go for it, Carole. Go.
Oh, Kathy already went there. Don't worry about it. Go
You've been married a long time. So right now we know it's just one pipe and one pipe only.
It's a little Yuki. A little Yuki.
Don't even go there.
So I like that cool smoke. I also like how it keeps the smoke out of my face.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
The
Good point.
down here.
Very good point.
That does
So,
make sense.
but I did send you guys McQueen pipes, the McQueen family from Canada.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. Let's show
and
that.
that's known as the Ranger. So in the Lord of the Rings, that's Aragorn's pipe. And they make it in a lot of different finishes and styles and woods. You can get it in briar. You guys have the Morta and the olive wood, which they're just both so beautiful. I don't know which one I love more.
They're beautiful pipes.
So, Carole, that's a very good question that I didn't ask you earlier. Does the bowl design or the material affect the smoke? Affect how you are smoking that pipe?
It can, yeah. I mean, just to answer it in a couple of different ways. Like, for instance, the Ranger has that straight stem.
Mm-hmm.
So your whole, I tell people when they're shopping, like, pick it up and hold it. You're going to be smoking it for a while. So it needs to be comfortable to you. And what's comfortable to you isn't necessarily comfortable to me.
Right.
The Ranger is beautiful, but I prefer the Wizard pipes. They're a little bit longer and they curve like this. So the bowl is down here and I can hold my pipe down here and I don't have to feel like I'm
it seems
my
to
arm
be
up all the time.
a little bit more feminine. I maybe I'm wrong. Is that kind of how you feel? I mean,
women, I do have a lot of female pipe smokers and they do tend to go for like prettier pipes, and but then I have some women who come in and they're like, is it wrong that I just want this pipe with this big chunky bowl? And I'm like, no. Do it, girl.
That woman can have any ball she wants. Don't worry about it.
Well, I think between Bob and Ronnie, how many pipes would you guys say you have between the two of you? Loaded question, I know.
2,000.
I was about to say 2,000.
Almost 2,000 between both of them. Well, at least 1,500. Let's put it that way. That I can guarantee you.
And Carole, you can't see where Ronnie and Kyle are, but that is what we've done. It's the smoke room, right? That's the room. That's where they are when they do these podcasts. And it's a great room that is such a man cave, but it's a girl cave too, because my sister-in-law, Teresa, she's in there as well. I know it.
Oh, yeah.
Pipes.
Oh, yeah, she's here.
She steals all of Ronnie's cigars.
All the cigars, 2-1, easy.
And there is such a wide variety, which is kind of why I'm so surprised Bob has been so quiet, because he's like the pipe aficionado as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of things Bob does well. Smoking, drinking, he does that really well. But yeah,
I wonder how long have you been collecting pipes?
Oh God. Well, I started in 65, 66, my first pipe. Yeah. And
which now brings to the point. Now, I don't know, Carole, if you want to talk about your auctions and what the experience was with when you started doing the auctions. And we'll get to you guys, Randy, in a second. We're just going to segue over here for a minute or two.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I never did auctions until 2020. Suddenly, in late February of 2020, I found myself in a precarious position as a business owner, like the rest of the world, and I had to make some difficult decisions. One of which was to have my manager move into my basement. I'm kidding, Kyle. I really pretty quickly pivoted to getting online, just going live on Facebook and Instagram and reaching out to my customers. And before I did the auctions, I actually did some parties. And you're gonna laugh when I tell you this, but I got the idea from doTERRA. And I don't know if you guys know doTERRA. It's an essential oil.
Is that kind of like Tupperware?
It's essential oil. Essential oil.
Yeah.
So they were having like these online parties, and there were, thousands of people, and they play games, and you'd win stuff. And I was like, I can do this. I got like $100,000 of inventory in my basement. I got to do something with it. So we had some parties and gave away a bunch of pipes, and to get invited, you had to spend $50 on the website. So I was trying to generate some revenue and still let people have
I remember
time.
some of those parties. During the COVID quarantine, I probably picked up it was like 4 or 5 of your pipes during the quarantine times, because we're all sitting at home.
What's your last name?
Jesso, Jesso.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
But it was like one of those things, you're sitting at home, you got nothing else to do. So I'm like, hey, let me hop on Zoom with Danny Boy Pipes, smoke some up, have a good time. It was great.
Yeah. It was a really good time. And it honestly, it was so community building for the shop, and just everyone needed that. So it was good. And the auctions came out of that. And I don't know if you participated in any of the auctions, Kyle, but
I tried. I didn't win, but yeah.
It was hard. It was hard. There were some hardcore people, like, they weren't going to win that.
Yeah.
And they were doing it to support the shop and me. I mean, they'd buy a 200 pipe for $700. I mean, they were just bidding each other up and having fun doing it and basically keeping me alive. So those auctions kept the business going through all of COVID.
I know Dave Crawford speaks highly of you. He's always pushing your pipes when at the Chicago Pipe meeting. He's always with you. He's definitely a Renaissance man himself. He loves the church warden. And he's always dressed up for the part.
He says that you have those pipe lanyards. Oh,
I do. We have several different kinds. So people like it's like a leather strap that comes around, and then there's some simple ones that just have 2 holes and you hang your pipe around your neck. And then we have some that are kind of more elaborate.
That's cool. Well,
I think Bob needs one of those, because then you'll never lose his pipe at the end.
Yeah, right.
That's right. I'll send you one, Bob.
It's his birthday in 2 days. He's expecting it. Awesome.
God.
Yeah, Kathy. Keep it rolling.
Waiting for the opening.
I'm giving it to you.
Why don't we take a quick break?
Oh,
okay.
And this way we'll come back and we'll go back over to the boys. I like to call them the boys at LakeAir.
Boys.
Because that's what Kathy called them. So I feel like I can.
It works.
And we can, if your audience wants to have questions, put them down there, and Frank will grab them, and we'll ask some questions to our guests.
And we'll be right back after these words.
Another day in paradise, smoking cigars.
Our G Cigars is a dynamic new cigar brand grown from a love for cigar culture and a respect for the artisanship behind the craft. We are a minority-owned family business based in Orlando, Florida. Our current collection delivers 3 exclusive lines: the Black Moses, Magic Stick, All Pro Series, featuring Leon Searcy's signature cigar and Ike Taylor's one-of-a-kind, and the newly released Perfect Round, featuring 18 cigars, a front 9 and a back 9. Visit our website at www.howardgcigars.com. You can find a full list of our retail partners there too. Thank you for making us part of your humidor. DAV Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar.
This is Phil Morgan, General Manager of Missouri Meerschaum Corncob Pipes in Washington, Missouri. Our mission since 1869 has been to produce great smoking pipes that anyone can afford. We guarantee our pipes won't be your most expensive, but they just might be the ones you smoke the most. At Missouri Meerschaum Company, we don't just sell our corncob pipes. We grow them, make them, and smoke them. Missouri Meerschaum, Washington, Missouri, since 1869.
Loyalty, passion, courage. These are the founding principles of K by Karen Berger Cigars. The Maduro, the Habano, and the newly rated 93 by Cigar Journal Connecticut. Do yourself a favor and check out this wonderful line of cigars that come from a completely linear company from seed to your hands. Blue Smoke Atlanta is the vision of Robin Blue, founder and CEO, and represents an award-winning luxury smoking accessory line based in Atlanta and sold worldwide. Since 2019, Blue Smoke Atlanta's goal was to redefine traditional smoking accessories into a timeless collection of exquisitely handcrafted luxury products to include cigar pokers, cannabis clips, jewelry, and other awesome things. For an elevated smoking experience, visit us at www.bluesmokeatl.com.
At Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco, we specialize solely in the finest hand-rolled, craft, and boutique cigars on the market. Mountain Smoke Premium Tobacco is sure to have something that will excite you. Shop our online humidor at www.mountainsmokewv.com.
A family of 4 generations in tobacco. It started in Odense, Denmark, 141 years ago, 1882, with a factory and a retail store by Eric Peter Stokoby. 4th Generation is a premium quality brand consisting of a selection of tin and loose tobaccos made in Denmark, pipes made of the finest quality briar, and superior accessories from leather goods, lighters, and pipe tools. The selection of 4th Generation products are available in premium pipe and cigar stores in the US and many European countries. Check out 4thGenPipeTobacco.com.
And we're back.
We're back.
Oh,
So-
without Ben.
He's out looking for something. We want to do a retort, but he's looking. So I'm here. I know what's going on.
Okay, so
Okay.
one of the things that I wanted to bring up again, you always have conversations with people because you just never know when opportunities arise, right? So instead of just being the person that wants to sell you something, we've always wanted to be the company that says, you know what, I have a guy or I have a gal that can connect you. Because at the end of the day, referral relationships also build credibility. And in one of my conversations with Randy a while ago, I was after PCA, but obviously before tonight, he was explaining to me about these calculators that he had put together. And you're going to go over all these different things, Randy, so I hope you have your thinking cap on. And the value of these calculators was so that his potential customers and even people that weren't his customers could gauge what they needed in order to accommodate a space. Now, anyone can go on here and anyone can get the information if they know what their project is. Now, Randy is obviously more than capable of filling the orders, whatever it is, the specs, the dimensions, and the results. But I thought it was really very genuine and really very magnanimous, if you like that word, that he offered these
Somebody got a new
calculators.
thesaurus.
Yeah,
Right.
don't
So calculate kind of like the space, how much space you have that you want to basically purify
Yeah,
or clean.
but he's got a number of different calculators, and I think that the value of what he brings to the table, when you think of this box, because it's not a very pretty box, it's a box.
Yeah,
But it serves such sorry, Randy. It serves such an amazing, honest purpose. But what goes on behind that for him, and it was a long time coming from the way he explained it to me, to be able to give back value to maybe even somebody that wouldn't even necessarily do business with him, but he's offering his services and his counsel for all these years. He's done that. So, Randy, do you want to maybe give a little bit of context to that?
Well, certainly. So the idea is as you're offering a product that's supposed to help everyone out, but the number one thing that I try to do on the website is I try to educate first. And in educate, it's letting people know what they need to clean the air in their homes, in their cigar shop, in no matter where it is. So I've developed a number of calculators, and basically you put in your length, your width, and your height, and then you can put in on one how many pets you have, on another how many weed smokers you have, and then how many customers you have in your cigar lounge.
Right.
All of these different calculators, so that anyone, whether they're buying our products or someone else's, they can look. And I don't like to, when I'm on the phone with somebody, I don't like to shove numbers down their throat. I would rather have them look at results themselves. And the calculators we make are dynamic. So they can say, well, if I've got 4 pets, I need this. If I'm going to buy that 7th cat, I need this. Or if me and 5 guys are going to get baked, I need this. So the idea is that you make something that everyone can use. It's accessible to everyone. In the latest calculator we had, it's mostly for cigar shops. We also added in if you want noise reduction. If you want your air purifier to sound like falling rain, here's how much extra air you need. You know, the idea is let the customer do the shopping himself. He doesn't need to be fed all these ideas. I mean, he's built his house or he's built his shop or whatever it is. So empower the customer. Do they always buy my product? No, but that's really not the important part. The important part is that you're giving them the tools to make the right decisions that are right for them.
I got a question coming from the studio audience, not studio audience, our audience. So what is the price point for a small in-home filter system?
So we just happen to have one right here.
Just happened.
This is the one. We were lucky enough to sell a couple of these to visitors to the Chicago Pipe Show. We sold a couple of these. This is for Maxo Peppa unit. It is an $800 unit.
Oh, that seems very reasonable.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah, it's got a 7-year warranty on it, and it's made to last. It's a generational product. Ronnie, when you buy one,
my wife is here. Hold on. Teresa, can we buy one? She just gave me the thumbs up. We'll discuss it. Bring one down to the Chicago Pipe Show in April. Hey, Benny, hey, you're learning good, but not that good, eh? I'm going to take one off the truck. Don't worry about it.
So that's an $800 unit. And one of the things, and I want to make sure that I get to this, because one of the things Kathy sends me this 11th hour, she says, I know it's 11th hour, but I hope it's not too late. One of the questions she had was, how much energy does this use? And what do you do to make it more energy efficient? Yeah. Well, I think that's really important because today, man, it costs so much to do anything and everything. So we use very modern blowers in these. These are from Germany. They cost me a lot more money. The blower cost me more than an air purifier off the shelf in like Home Depot is going to cost you guys.
Wow, just the blower.
Okay.
It's worthwhile. So I got a little voltmeter and I tested it before we ran tonight. That unit right there is pulling 30 watts. That's about as much as an LED light bulb.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, and it's going to last you. The blower in there is rated for 60,000 hours continual use on high. That's 5.5 years.
Wow.
Light bulbs don't last that long.
Right.
But I guess it's a little more expensive. In any case, 30 watts, we're really concerned about making things that are going to be last a long time, and that are energy efficient. And while we're on easy to keep up, rather than having all these twisty ties and all these circuit boards, we found these neat little connectors. So if you've got to replace a blower in it in 10 years, and that's about how long it's going to take, you can just put wires in there and wires in there, snap them shut, and you're all set. So anybody
simple connector.
You can fix this air purifier, no problem.
Wow.
So, all right,
If the blower does blow out, can the homeowner or the shop owner replace it themselves, or do they have to?
100%. That's the way it's meant. You take 4 screws out, you put it in, and you just plug blue into blue, red into red. It's all color coded. Anybody can do it. And I've had 70-year-old women try it, and they were able to do it.
That's
awesome. How fast is your shipping? Say I'm having a party at my house in Florida, and the unit takes a crap, and then I need to get it, the blower part, shipped out to me. How fast is that going to be a turnaround time from you guys?
We're pretty much we always try to follow. Well, we're doing a lot better lately. The idea was that we're going to try to follow the Amazon standard of ship within 2 days.
Okay.
Well, I just got a new tablet. I got that 3 weeks later. We're basically shipping in 2 days.
Wait a minute. The Amazon way is I call you in the morning and you deliver it that afternoon.
Yeah.
They promise you that.
Now we have. I mean, I just want to let everybody know who's watching. We have a special that Randy and Ben are putting together a promo code. So now listen to this. So you can save. I mean, to me, I think this is a great promo, and I love the promo code.
Oh, of course.
So right now, if you go over to lakeair.com and you use the promo code Chooch, you'll save 15% on your purchase.
So you got to be a Chooch if you don't order it now.
You got to be a Chooch if you don't order it now.
I will tell you that means something, because we do not run sales on the website ever. There are no sales. We'll give a discount for the elderly. We'll give a discount for first responders and for veterans.
Right.
Hey, you hear that, Bob? They give a discount to the elderly.
But we don't have sales. So 15% is something you will never, ever see.
Wow.
Yeah, because you're going to give me 20 when I get.
Yeah, you can pay an extra 20, not a problem.
Exactly.
But it's a buy now.
I already had that treat. Don't worry about
buy
it.
now.
Yeah, we've got this. Yeah. I think that we've got together, and the pipe gal and I, we're letting these sales go out till Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday at midnight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. And and go there, buy one. We'll get it to you right away.
Beautiful.
Within 3 weeks.
A lot sooner than 3 weeks. I promise you that.
Unless you get snowed in.
I love it.
Hey, Kathy, can you talk to Timmy about it now? I mean, this is it.
Right, Ronnie, honey, I know. I keep thinking to myself, maybe we could get one, because I really want to smoke.
I think you should have one. I really do.
Because it is getting mighty cold.
Yeah, where you are.
Oh my God. And we have a rule. We only smoke outside. We live in New York and we only smoke outside. But there has been times where, I've been on the show and I really want to light up, and I literally get this. I get from my husband.
Well, now he can light up too with you. You can light up together.
Universal. Don't do that.
Don't do
Yeah.
So, all right. So one more question for Randy, but I want to then segue back over, because I want this to be a great volley. And I'm going to put you on the spot a second, Randy. Now, again, I talked about your box. It looks lovely, but it's boring.
Whoa.
Right?
Easy.
Yep.
I was wondering if there was any thoughts or plans to dress it up a little bit, so that if I'm putting it in my formal living room or in my library or in a room that I really want it to be a piece that doesn't look like an industrial piece of machinery, if you had plans on wood, like a wood look or something colored.
Well, we always look for new things to do. And one of the things, because we make everything here, everything can be, well, I shouldn't say everything can be, but we do custom engraving. Like Ben's got, here's what he was out looking for. So we've cut our our company name right into the
Okay.
staff. So
Yeah.
it says LakeAir right in there. But we've done that for Silo Cigars. We've done that for Cigar Vault. We could do it for Danny Boy. We could customize it for anything. And yes, we are looking for ideas that are going to be
Maybe
more
spray it red. How about if
conventional,
you
more house friendly.
how
Well,
about
you
if
guys do your own powder coating, right? You said
you do your own
Yes,
powder
we-
coat?
so.
yeah.
Really, you could paint it any color you want.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to talk about customization because we're so small. We've got the largest selection of air purifiers in the country,
Oh, I know.
but we're also the smallest manufacturer. But that allows us to pivot quickly, and we can do custom work without a problem. Just give me a call and 800-558-9436, and I'll work something up for you.
The bathroom, Ronnie needs that big industrial one.
for the
Well,
bathroom.
see,
Does it
this-
purify that type of air? Because Ronnie can really have
well,
bad.
and this
I'll take
brings-
it to me with the hotel, okay? Don't worry about
Well,
it.
hold on. Now this brings up a good point because now I have an idea that you could probably maybe construct something custom on the return air system of my HVAC system and have like a whole house air purifying system that's already contained within the furnace room, and then I don't have to see it, but it's like it's continuously air
Randy, can you
purifying.
do that for the
We
guy?
already have 2 units. We have one that hooks right up to the furnace, and we also have one that's a bypass unit. It's currently being used by the governor of Georgia and a couple other high officials. So yeah, we've already got it.
Smoke inside those summer days,
Yeah.
Frank, in your house.
Oh yeah, the governor of Georgia doesn't worry about it.
Wow.
That's
All right,
amazing.
Great.
See?
Yeah.
Well, all right. So now we've heard a lot about Randy's technology and the things that he's doing to adapt and move forward and meet customer demand. I think now the appropriate question is for Carole. This is now customer service, customer relationships. And I'm going to segue into the question of what role do you think technology is playing with your customer engagement? Because obviously, from what you said, your pipes from the auctions and from the single purchases can be very pricey. Now that they're not going to come close to the price of an air purification system for a cigar lounge, but it still is a product-oriented purchase. So how are you using technology to move your business in the forward motion as well?
Well, I mean, customer service has always been really important to me. And I want the people who buy a pipe from me at Danny Boy Pipes to enjoy it and not have issues with it. And I want them to be able to reach me if they need to talk about something. So social media has been crucial, all the different areas. I mean, Facebook, Instagram, my website. We do a 6-month manufacturer's warranty on almost all, I would say 95% of our pipes have the manufacturer's warranty. And we have a QR code that people can just scan in the shop that takes them to a form on the website. If they, I was telling Kathy, I've had probably over the last 10 years, I've maybe had 10 guys tell me they went backpacking with their church warden and sat on it or something.
Oh.
And so, it's like, you need a pool, you need a stamp, you fill out forms, and Mallory, my assistant, handles all that now. She's amazing, and she takes care of everybody. And if it's something she can't, deal with or doesn't know how to deal with, she shoots it to me, and we take care of everybody as quickly as we possibly can. We don't want people feeling like they're waiting, and we are a society of instant gratification. Like, we're used to just going on Amazon and being like, hey, I don't want this, fix this for me. And you're like,
Now, and then speaking of instant gratification, do you ever have customers that come back to you and say, I saw this pipe somewhere, especially with Google Lens, you can pretty much take a picture and find something like that. Do you have customers come and say to you, can you find this for me?
Absolutely. I have a very long-term, wonderful, kind man, Butch Gorski. I'm calling you out if you're watching. Who's got a lot of pipes for me, and he's not alone. But this one was just him, and he said, "You know the Devil Ants movie? He's smoking a pipe, and I want that pipe, Carole. I want that pipe." And like, all right, give me a day, I'll find it for you. And of course, Briarworks had this perfect Devil Ants pipe, so I got it for Butch. And I tell people if they come in, I mean, there's a certain level of pipes that I can't have at the Renaissance festivals.
Yeah,
I do have a case. It was my dad's at the shop in Bristol, and I keep some higher end stuff in there. But stuff's all over the shelves.
It's hard to keep your eye on everything.
Yeah.
So I don't put like $800 pipes up on a shelf.
Yeah, no.
There's a lot of hands going around.
Yeah. But people know, like, we do some higher end stuff in the auctions, and we have, a top shelf page on the website where we have some higher end stuff. So, we can get you what you want. You just got to tell us what you want.
So when you procure the pipes, and the manufacturers, do you have multiple manufacturers that you work with closely?
I do. And they have been amazing in helping me grow the company. I mean, I told Kathy, I'm probably going to look at my list because I don't want to leave anybody out. It's been 13 years of running this pipe shop. And the first year that we started, I only sold clay pipes. That was it.
Yeah.
And I got them all pardon me, from Sanctuary Traders. I don't know if you know them. They're in Illinois, Tenleytown.
No, yeah.
Or is that right?
Tinley.
Yeah.
So, I've been selling their clay pipes for forever, and they're such a great company, and they package everything great. I've never had any broken clay. I mean, they're really high quality. They have original molds. And I was also sharing with Kathy earlier today that probably until the war, 40% of my inventory sales on pipes were Ukrainian pipes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Very closely with them. They made such beautiful, perfect stuff for the fair. Big, long church wardens with a giant claw on the bottom.
Yeah. Right. Our good friend JJ Friga, I think it was like 2 years ago, he bought that the dragon claw pipe from you.
I don't have any left. I've sold them all, and I'm so mad at myself. Like, I wanted to keep like one of everything, but I'm just letting it go because I feel like, what it means is they're going to start making them again. It's going to
well, hey, a sale's a sale too. I mean, you got
true.
people wanting it, you got to sell it.
It's hard to say no to people when they want something. Several people in Ukraine, and the McQueens I mentioned, they're church wardens. I've been selling them for years and years. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Mr. Bragg pipes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Those guys have been great to me. They have really supplied with tons of inventory for me. They, I order in November for the following year, and I'm slamming them with orders, you guys. The volume of business I do is a little, I did a little research so I could have some information for you, but I figured out that from 2017, which I started in 2010, but I was real mom and poppy. I don't have so many records. They're on spreadsheets, and I didn't dive that deep. But from 2017 to today, I have sold over 62,000 pipes.
Whoa!
Wow.
Good for you.
Nice. Wow. Congratulations.
Wow. A lot of pipes.
Wow. Now, have you done any commissioned pipes?
I used to, because the Ukrainians could do some custom stuff. So people would say to me, can you put, the Masonic symbol on here? Or,
yes.
I could send that to them. And in the last few years before, I started sending them artwork and saying, can you make a pipe with this, make a pipe with this. And I just started to give them.
Oh, very cool.
And they were great about that. So
that's awesome.
So I guess after the war is over, you'll be able to get hold of most of them, hopefully. And
well, I've been in touch with them. I stay in touch with them.
Okay.
They're hanging in there. My main contact is in Spain now with his family. We did quite a bit of fundraising for them when the war first started. We did a GoFundMe, and like all the auctions for all of 22, all the money went to them.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Thank you for that. That's awesome.
And
We do-
it's still
not
on
even-
Carol's website.
I was
Yes.
about to say, and then you haven't even talked about some of the good stuff that's at your pipe shop there in Bristol too, because like that's where I usually had loaded up on some of your pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
That's
I
there.
know. Yeah. I mean, I again, like Jeff Steinbach at Yuli's has been such a mentor for me. I mean, my first year with the shop, I went down there and I walked in and I was like, I would like to buy some tobacco from you. He was like, get in there and smell that stuff. Tell me what you want.
It's a great little shop.
Yeah.
He really held my hand.
One of my
And
favorites.
him and his son Dave
Yeah.
both,
Yeah.
when I started to sell cigars, they did the same thing because even though I knew a little more about pipe tobacco, I really didn't know much about cigars. And they sat with me and we smoked a bunch of cigars and they taught me how to light them and toast the end. And they've been amazing.
That's awesome.
That's good.
We do have one question. I'm going to change it for a moment before we lose it because John Cuccio just asked, this goes to Randy and Ben, can you mount the air purifiers in the ceiling or the wall?
That's a pretty good question. We actually have units that do both. The ceiling units have been around forever. We got units that mount into a 2x4 ceiling grid, into a 2x2 ceiling grid. That's a little less common, and that hang from the ceiling. But last year we developed a wall mount that mounts flush into the wall, and we're the only manufacturer anywhere that I know of that has a wall mount. So pretty much no matter where you want to put one, if you want to put it on the floor, you want to put the wall, in the ceiling, you name it, you can put it there. That's part of the new stuff that we're trying to do. You know, that Kathy was talking about, you know, trying to be innovative and bring more to the market than just my ugly boxes.
Right.
When you say you can put it in the wall, what is the depth needed? The unit to go inside the wall.
So
is it a standard 2x4 wall, or
the wall mount depth is 11 inches. So it would be like perfect to put into like a at a closet is in the back wall. It's going to stick 5.5 inches outside the other wall. If you got a really thick wall, not too big of a deal. But being it's only 11 inches, in a lot of cigar shops, what they're doing, and homes and man caves, they'll just build out a small cube for it, and it takes the smoke in here, blows it out above your head, blows in here above your head.
Very cool. Very cool. So, and I don't want to forget to obviously put up our amazing promo code for Carole. And
she went.
Chooch again.
The chooch.
There you go.
Again. So,
you
you know,
can
Chooch is
get your pipes and your air purifier and have a package deal.
Exactly. 15% off. Go to DannyBoyPipes.com. Put in the old promo code Chooch before midnight Sunday and get 15% off. And you definitely want to do that, folks. So if you have the chance.
Kathy,
did you mess up the dates there, Frank? Because you got the 6th on Randy's.
Well,
you got
because
the
his
5th
ends on
Carol's.
Monday. She ends on Sunday. So they're close. They're close.
Right.
Listen, there's no a day here, a day there, an hour here. Listen, do it by Sunday.
They just want to make the sale, okay? Let's go with it that way.
Yeah.
Kathy,
Sunday
did you
at
notice that
midnight.
the church warden on the last picture, what she was smoking was the church warden? Did you notice the pipe on that, the length of it? Frank, can you put that back on?
Yep.
You see the length? That's a church warden, keeps away from the smoke from herself. And a lot of us guys, we have, beards and mustaches, and we get there and we light, you put them on fire a few times or they turn nicotine on you.
Wow.
So she definitely keeps it away from you. So we got 15% over here with Carole. Put the one for LakeAir again.
Yeah.
And you got 15%, folks. And if you did the numbers real, calculate from 800, you take away your 15%. Come on, do your math.
It's going to be Ronnie's math is bad
it's
math.
$120.
Ronnie's
120
math
off of there. I mean, it's it's $680.
Yes, exactly. It's a nice savings. Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is
well,
a huge
I
thing.
would love to say, if I can, any Pipe Club members, Danny Boy Pipe Club members who are watching, you also get your extra 5% off any sale that we run on the website.
Oh,
20%.
20%.
There it is.
I thought I
Wow.
remember being a Danny Point member. I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Where's your pen? Where's your pen?
Yeah, where's your pen?
Teresa has it.
Okay.
She takes everything. Everything. You know, she's got everything in mind. You know what I mean?
I also have, I want to make sure we share some of these amazing photographs from Carole and Danny Boy Pipes, and she can explain them as we go through them here. Here you go. Obviously, there's Detroit.
That's my beautiful shop at the Bristol Renaissance Festival.
Yes, been there. Great place.
And that's the Colorado Renaissance Festival, and then Georgia. And that's my husband on the right and my cousin on the left. And that's a little cart that I have.
Nice.
So
Beautiful.
that's my husband and my cousin. And we have a little smoking porch in Georgia.
Love it.
That's Arizona and Texas on the left, and some fabulous customers. And my
That's
nephew.
awesome.
It's
Awesome.
a family business. My nephew
It is.
and you know
It's all family. I love it.
yeah, my nephew, my cousin, my people who work for me are really like family. I mean, I have a wonderful crew. The gentleman that you saw sitting there with the beard smoking in the chair, his name is Craig Wallerstein. Craig, I don't know if you're here or not, but we used to call him our shop mascot because he just sat there and smoked pipe all day long and watched the crowd go by. And then I started sending people to him for packing lessons. I'd be like, Craig. And at the end of that season, when I kept sending him people, I was like, hey, why don't you just work for me next year? So, yeah,
Well,
I've done that with people.
The girl you had at the Chicago Pipe Show last year, a very pleasant young lady, blonde, very nice, great personality, smiley. I mean, wonderful girl. She's still with you?
She is. She's my assistant. She works out of my house, and she does all the customer service inquiries, and she handles all the website fulfillment, and sometimes she picks up my dry cleaning.
All right. Well, so talking about the show, I hopefully expect to see you back at the Chicago Pipe Show in April.
Yes, I tell you, it's been, this was my first year going to pipe shows. I've been sort of on an island selling pipes at Renaissance festivals. And over the last, probably, I would say it had to be 2016 or 17 because I was in my old location. Alex and Vera Florov came in and said,
"Oh yes,
the Chicago Pipe Show. You got to come to the Chicago Pipe Show."
Yeah, they're very pushy. I like that.
Well, they kept coming in every year and telling me I had to come, and I was like, "When is it again?" And say, I'm in Georgia. I was running every weekend at every festival back in the day. And last year. They came in and said, okay, listen, we are personally inviting you. You have to come. They laid down the law with me. And I came, and it was a game changer for me in so many ways. First of all, I met, of course, as you guys know from going, so many amazing artisan pipe makers. I mean, just phenomenal. I think I dropped $3,000 the first day. Just like, I'll take that and that and that.
You're supposed to sell, not buy.
Well, I kind of am going as a buyer to these people. I'm looking for new talent all the time, and new people who can, supply me with great, new, fun, interesting pipes that my crowd will love. And Alex and Vero they introduced me to everyone.
They're our international ambassadors for us. They're always pushing, and they have a wonderful group of people that support them, and they bring in people from all over the world.
They do, and he's, he's not too shabby of a pipe maker.
Oh, he makes some fabulous pipes. Yes, he does.
He's very, very talented.
That's good.
Yeah, he's pretty phenomenal.
Now,
And maybe we'll put you next to Randy and Benjamin there, and we'll put you side by side. So they'll be at the show too, right, guys?
That's right. I'll see you guys there. I went to Vegas too. I just got back.
Yes,
from
with
Vegas.
Brian.
Okay.
I don't know if you can still see the Vegas all over me.
Yeah, you dropped $3,000 at the roulette table on the first day.
I didn't have money left after the show.
Well, that's what happens in Vegas. They go there and you buy everything else, and then you lose it all at the table, and you come back broke, and you start all over again.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We have a casino next to our show in Rosemont, just to let you know. So if you like to play, 5-minute walk.
Well, I have to admit, I just learned how to play. I had never gambled, although I performed at Harrah's in Atlantic City and Tahoe for like 6 months total. But I don't think I even ever put a quarter in a slot machine.
Good for you.
Wow.
Good for you.
I just learned though. Now I played roulette and blackjack. I tentatively started to do some craps, and then I chickened out.
that's
Very
hard.
complicated.
I just got a text from your husband. He said you're not allowed to go. So that's great.
So question, are there any, for the both of you, this is a question, but are there any special projects on the horizon that you want to share with our audience?
Gentlemen?
Yeah, I've got 2 new projects that are coming up, and these are really meant for the more commercial venues. We're doing pretty well on the residential. We're always looking at revamping and coming up with better options there, but we're coming up with 2 very large volume units. One that we are speaking with the BCA, Boutique Cigar Association, to supply for them at their next convention. Large volume, not very much money. And then we've got another one that is a 4,000 CFM HEPA unit that can do up to 20 air changes per hour. Nothing even close to that out in the market in a in that area. So we're looking at doing a couple big volume options for some of the places that are larger, because cigar smoking and pipe smoking is growing. This is getting very, very, it's more in vogue every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I love it. I love
bada
it.
bing, bada boom. You got it there. But it's not just like you mentioned. It's just not for having the smoke. I mean, it's just clean air in your home for everything. You mentioned the animals, the dander, and just odors in general for your household.
Allergies.
Absolutely.
If I may, one quick little story. We have a gentleman who got a machine. He's from Rome, Wisconsin, keeping in Wisconsin. But this guy has bad COPD, and his life was pretty much in his dining room, in his living room, in his recliner. And his only transfer from there was to the bathroom. That was all he could do. He got one of our units, and it was one of our Maxim HEPAs. He put it into his living room. It's a portable unit, easy to get in there. And within 2 hours, he started to feel better. The next day, and I got the email from his wife, he joined her for breakfast at the Breakfast Nook. His first time venturing out of his chair in 2.5 years.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
That's the kind of difference that these units make for people in all walks of life. But if you've got COPD, if you have asthma, if you've got any of these issues, if your husband has to have medical marijuana and you can't stand it, all of these things, clean air will make your life better.
Yeah.
That's a great story, I have to say.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Didn't expect to hear that.
That is amazing.
That's fantastic.
Freaking
Nice job.
amazing.
Wow.
Nice job.
Wow.
And Carole, what about you? Anything in the horizon?
Well, other than taking over all the Renaissance festivals with my pipe top,
well, you got to live up to the pipe wench name,
I know, exactly. I am working, and this happened because of Chicago Pipe Show. It's been a game changer for the business. I mean, Steve Norris, who I'm sure you all know from Vermont Freehand.
Yes, yes.
He introduced me to Molina pipes in Italy, and I'm going to be making my own line of briar pipes with Molina.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, baby.
On it. I'm pretty excited.
Wow, very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's very.
So now, do you have names picked out or design elements? How far along are you on that?
Right now, I have basically quantities and styles and delivery dates going on.
So we have a lot going on.
So we're working on that part, and then when I get them all in my hands,
Rub your little hands.
Will you have them for the show? Will you have
will
those
you
pipes
get
for the show?
will they be available in April for the pipe show?
I hope so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my first delivery is supposed to be in February, so I hope.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Nice.
Fantastic news.
Well, you mentioned, I just want to point it out because I would be remiss if I did not. You mentioned Danny Boy Pipes being at the pipe show, and you mentioned LakeAir being at the pipe show. Well, Cigar Box Marketing is going to be at the pipe show.
Hey!
Good.
So,
are you bringing that slug of a husband? I gotta know.
He's listening, and now
I know he is. I know. I'm waiting for the response. I'm looking right at it. If he doesn't come, don't ever let him come again. Forget about it. It's one
We
time,
want to see the
one time
babies,
offer.
Ronnie. We want to see the babies.
He gets 15% off on the first. Oh,
Yeah.
good. That's great.
Where in
All
New
right.
York are you, Kathy?
Excuse me?
Where are you in New York?
I am on Long Island, or
Oh,
as I want to say, Long Island.
Long Island.
Island.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
What
But
else?
we serve the country. We have clients in the UK, clients in Spain. We have
Awesome.
clients all over the place. And that's the beauty. I hate to say it, but that's kind of the beauty of COVID. And I say that tongue in cheek because before COVID, servicing clients that were not within, let's say, the tri-state area would have been extremely difficult because the expectation would be go and see and sit and talk and do.
Sure.
Well, in the morning, I talked to my UK client. In the afternoon, I was talking to my Spain client. And then I talked to my California client and my New Jersey client all in one day. So that is sadly, but the reality is yes. So we are all over the world.
It's true. I mean, we had such a boom after COVID because people were so happy to get out of the house, and it's an outdoor festival and people felt
Right.
safe going. And I mean, the increase was it's kept going, and it's unbelievable.
I will tell you this though, that I think taking a kind of a step, we're talking about like relationships and networking, that a lot of my clients, and I don't know if you all feel the same way, that they kind of lost the art of the networking conversation. Like they almost had like Zoom-itis. There was that the inability to remember how to have small talk or conversation or engagement, because I could sit here and talk to you and I'm writing frantically when I want to have a note because you can't see my hand moving, but it's moving across the page.
Right.
I didn't have to worry about remembering what you said, or I have my fireflies and I record it. But when you're in person, you've really got to pay attention to people, right? You've really got to be able to engage and remember rather than leave them and go handwrite something on a business card. So I think that it's a come around for me is getting back out and recognizing that you've been doing festivals, Randy and Benjamin have been out there in the marketplace, but it's still it's a different world that we're living in, but being able to connect now on just another medium, forget the social, forget the channels, but like something like this is a sea change difference in how we were conducting ourselves then. So
yeah.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what marketing does.
That's true. That's true. And
There you
speaking
go.
of marketing,
Okay.
and speaking of, now we have promo codes featuring the word chooch. Now, I'm not sure if everybody knows what the chooch really is. It's a very important part of our show because this is the moment where when we come back, we have a little trivia game that we like to play, and it's called Stump the Chooch. And I'll ask you questions, and then we ask an audience member a question, the audience members, to answer one, and then they get usually a nice little gift or some kind of prize. Ronnie likes to call it
a giveaway.
A giveaway, or whatever he likes to call it. But I'm going to introduce you to the Chooch. And the Chooch is the hardest working jackass on the planet.
Which we also found our leaders. They're leaders.
They are leaders. Last week we found out that Chooches actually protect calves and cows from wolves. We didn't know this. I thought the Chooch would be an easy target. Bait for a wolf. No, they do protect wolves. Protect cows from wolves. Yeah. So when we come back, we'll have that part of the segment where we're giving away great gifts. And Ronnie's got something that he's holding up. I don't know. Let me grab this. Hold on. Let me get a close up of that.
Can't see it with the reflection.
Hold on. Let me get close.
There you go.
Oh,
it's a beautiful box. What's in it?
That's a beautiful box.
Sin Friviole cigars, the limited edition.
Wow.
There's only 250 of these boxes ever made. So.
Sin. Oh, God.
Nice.
Wow.
Right? And this is from Benjamin and Randy from LakeAir.
Absolutely.
And,
beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
This is a magnificent limited edition cigars that if I don't even know if you can come by them anymore, to be honest with you.
Right.
But they are going to put that up for one of the prizes for this evening, folks.
Wow.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
Beautiful.
Thank you very, very much, Ron, for holding that up.
You guys are welcome. Nothing but the best for our listeners and watchers.
Yes. Well, we can go there.
And I don't want to put you on the spot, but I may. Carole, is there anything that you would like to provide as a possible?
Yes, I was just going to say, if you guys want to forgo one of your pipes there, as a gift, I'll send another one to you so you can
Absolutely.
give
Beautiful.
For sure.
There we go.
Very good.
So when we come back, folks, right after these words from our amazing sponsors.
Cigar in the Bottle is 2 palate-pleasing gifts in one. A specially blended Grand Pommier XS VSOP Cognac is elegantly contained in patented numbered bottles. Winner of back-to-back-to-back-to-back medals at the LA Spirits Awards, Cigar in the Bottle inventor Forbidden Johnny teams up with Vartan and Hendrik Kellner for this custom-blended Vartan Reserva cigar, well-preserved in a hand-blown glass chamber featuring Bovita two-way humidification.
At Norwood Royal Cigars, we have the biggest walk-in humidor in the Midwest. Our 1,500 square foot humidor is home to almost 4,000 different cigars that will meet the need of any cigar enthusiast. We have boutique blends to the more traditional selections and everything in between. From the novice beginner to the aficionado, the knowledgeable staff at NRC will find the perfect cigar for you. Located on the northwest side of Chicago, we want to be your shop for all your cigar wants and needs. As always, at Norwood Royal Cigars, light it, smoke it, love it.
Experience the magic of Rockefeller Cigars today. With 11 years steeped in tradition, passion, and mystery of belief, Rockefeller has a cigar just for you. Be like the greatest magicians and make Rockefeller Cigars appear in your lineup with any of our 4 lines. The Nicaraguan, the Dominican Blue, the Vintage Gold, and our new LE, The Art of Magic.
Over the Rhine Premium Cigars is located in the heart of Cincinnati, 50 yards south of historic Findlay Market. We offer both known brands and the finest boutique cigars available. Feel free to bring your favorite beverage and relax in Dude Daycare, where dudes of all genders are welcome. We look forward to serving you at Over the Rhine Premium Cigars. And we are a proud member of the Boutique Cigar Association.
All begins at the very first climate-controlled Rodriguez Olivan cigar factory located in the Dominican Republic. Our 2 major brands include Don Olivan, which are boutique cigars suited for that individual who takes great pride in something unique. BAMF is our armed forces cigars designed for that badass mother effer. Not only are you smoking a great premium cigar, A percentage of the proceeds is donated to our heroic men and women in uniform.
And we're back.
We are back, folks.
So
We are back.
per Carole, this
Yes.
is what you're getting.
Hold on a second. Let me hold this up.
You get the nice McQueen pipe here.
Oh, beautiful! I love the sock. Oh, lovely.
That is
And that nice,
beautiful.
lovely Ranger. So
Yes.
this is what you're all for in the prizes too.
Yeah, so those will be the two prizes here, and I'm going to give it to two lucky people. One person's going to get the box. The other person is going to get.
Ah, nice.
Oh, look at
I'm,
you!
feeling, I'm feeling really nice today.
You're being generous tonight.
Two winners tonight.
That must be the liquor talking.
Yeah, it's definitely liquor.
No. So first, I'm going to ask what I like to call the dais here. Everybody, even Benjamin.
These are the warm-up questions.
Yes, these are the warm-up questions, and even Benjamin, you're allowed to answer, even though you spoke, I think, 3 words. So anyone can answer.
Frank, he's in training. You got to understand that. He's in training.
He's learning. I hope he's learning a lot, Randy.
Oh, he is.
Me too.
You know what? I'm not going to say this, but maybe I will. He was working in the coal mines today with the carbon coal.
Oh,
yeah.
Working in the coal mines. Just a little humor, but it was not the best joke, but it was something that I had to put out there.
Get off your chest.
Here's a question, Kathy. Maybe you might get this. I don't know. It's a possibility. This date in history, October 31st, 1941, was very, very important because Gutzon Borglum and 400 stonemasons completed this colossal sculpture. What was it?
Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
I'm just throwing something
Mount
out.
Everest. So they sculpted Mount Everest.
Yes,
They did.
Mount Rushmore.
Rushmore. There's a better answer, Ronnie. Yes,
That's what I
one
wanted
brother
to say,
got that
but, hey.
correct, but Mount Everest was close.
I wanted to say that, but hey, it's the liquor talking.
It's the liquor talking.
We'll blame that on yeah.
These are the things you must listen to, Carole, when you know that people just might not get this. I don't know.
Our audience followed up right after I said it. Bing, bing, bing. There you go. Okay.
sure.
Mike got
I'm
it.
sure.
John got it. All right.
Okay. So this was also important in 1931 on this very important date. Great Britain decided to abandon this standard in mid-September, and a mini panic occurred when people were worried their money was not safe in
The gold standard?
That's correct.
Wow.
1931.
1931.
Teresa said it first.
It doesn't count if we don't hear her.
And I'm going to give you one more, just one more, and then we're going to go to the prize. So, again, on October 31st, 2002, Andrew Fastow, former chief financial officer for this company, was indicted on 78 counts of wire fraud, money laundering, conspiracy, obstruction of justice related to the collapse of this corporation.
Enron?
Enron.
Enron.
Iran.
It was. I said Iran. All right, I admit, but I was. But you know what I meant. So Kathy and I are the same. We're good.
Oh, do not tell me I am the same as you, please.
You're female. I'm male. All right, we know.
All right.
Bonnieisms, I do not.
We're gonna give away the pipe first. So
all right, the pipe first. So let's get ready, everybody.
Get ready, folks, because who knows if this is going to be fast and furious. I don't think so.
I think so, because a lot of guys are answering very quickly here.
All right, we'll see.
So,
sometimes they get they get cocky, and then
they
all
got
of a sudden,
Siri, they got Google. They got
I wasn't cheating.
I wasn't either. I was looking at you.
Okay. The very first MTV Unplugged show was recorded in New York, featuring this UK band.
Oh,
and the program was aired on the 26th of November, 1989.
Come on, Timmy. Let's get it, buddy. the Buggles.
Oh, No. Teresa, put it away.
You too.
No, you two is not correct.
It's not UK.
It's not you two, and it's not me too either. Oh, look at this. 1989, folks. Very first MTV
Unplugged.
Very first
89.
1989.
That's when we got married, Teresa. You forgot.
Date in history in 1989, and then it
Sierra's
was aired
born.
November 1989. And
Come
it's a
on,
UK
Eric Clapton.
No.
No.
I knew I could.
Who was the disc jockey?
Who's the disc jockey? There was no disc jockey.
Squeeze.
Look at Chris. Chris is on a roll.
Did he score again? Did
Chris
this guy
is scoring?
again?
Squeeze it is.
Squeeze it is.
Yeah, very good.
Wow.
Pulling muscles from a show.
Yes. Wow. Very
All right,
good, Chris. Very
and
good.
I just mailed out his package the other day. Now I got to go back to the post office. You killed me, Chris. I should have waited.
I gave
Yes, you
everyone
certainly
plenty of
did,
time.
Chris.
Yes.
There you go.
Hey,
All right.
Box.
Okay, and this is the box, and this is for the
Next.
folks over at LakeAir. They're providing this
LakeAir, yes.
amazing box. So the question,
One of a kind at this point. I don't know how many are going to be left.
the
My
question
God.
for this amazing box, only 200.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. Okay, here's the question. The higher this rating, the more purification the device provides. Consider the CADR rating. What does that stand for?
Oh.
Look at me.
Ben's like, Dad, I got this, man. I got. But you can't say a word, Ben.
I got this. Ben's like, wait a minute, I know this.
Chris, 0. No answer.
He put
a dot there.
That don't work. Nope, the dot is not what it is.
Now,
It's a
if
rating
Jamie
that-
was listening, he would have gotten
the
this one.
higher the rating, the more purification the device
Yeah.
provides.
Clean air rate.
Clean air delivery rate. Look at Brian Jones. Brian Jones
is dead.
There it is.
Brian Joyner.
Joyner.
Not Jones, Joyner.
Joyner.
Frankism. Drink, everybody. Hey.
Drink. I look like Jones for my with my
Good. You
glasses.
see how difficult? Even look how close you are. You know, I'll give that to age, Frank, and drinking. All right, Brian. Congratulations. All right. I'm declining an answer. I used to sell medical purifiers. Okay, Chris, thanks a lot. But you got a pipe anyway. Brian's got the cigar. Brian, text me your address so I can get this out to you. Congratulations. Very good to the winners. Great job.
Great job. Well, did
All
you
right,
like
all
the
right.
question, Randy? Was that
Yeah,
good?
CADR on this one is 480. CADR on this one is 878.
Wow.
There it is.
Woo.
Woohoo.
Wow.
A lot of purification going on
It's
there.
a lot of purification. That might pure my soul too. I
highly doubt that, Frank.
That's what pure soul. That's
I think that's somebody else's job.
Well, that's great. Congratulations to our winners. And hey, guests, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us tonight. I know the audience has truly enjoyed catching up and knowing what you guys do.
Always a pleasure catching up with you, Randy and Ben and Carol all again.
We'll definitely
Love
see
getting
you
together.
in 5 months. We'll be all together.
That's right.
Well,
Except for Kyle.
maybe.
Everybody here except for Kyle.
That's
Don't worry.
for the pipe show, Kyle.
I might be in North Carolina that weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. He might come.
I gotta go where my work takes me, unfortunately. I gotta pay the bills.
Got to pay for the house.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Frank.
Yes.
Hey, at the last break, I checked the email, and somebody, I think it's your neighbor, bought one of our units and used the discount.
Oh,
Really?
Somebody in Florida.
there it is.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
good. There we go.
very good.
Nice. That might be
All
my
right.
name, Chris.
It's probably got to be Chris, yeah.
Gotta be Chris Eden. Christine, did you buy it? Let's see. He's going to say, good show, boys.
There you go.
Did you buy it? Because I can see Chris doing this because Michelle's not going to let him smoke in the house. So
he might know.
He's already trying. He's positioning himself for
I think so. I think so. Good job. Well, hey, that's not bad. You see, you come on the show, you get to sell stuff. I mean, 15% off, too.
Nice.
30 for us, but 15 for you. That's pretty good. Anyway, thank you, Carole, again. I'll send that out to
Thank you for having me. So much
beautiful, beautiful.
Always,
thank you
always.
again. It's been a pleasure. Kathy, what can I say? Thank you for running the show for us
Always
tonight.
love reining you boys in. Carole, here we go. Remember?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, we
We'll
know.
wrangle
We
him
know.
in Chicago too.
Hey, listen,
We're going to party in
this
Chicago.
show did not
Yes,
go
yes.
off the rails. We
Not at
kept
all.
the show on the rails tonight. Thank you very much, Carole, Kathy, Randy, Ben. Thank you for all the things that you said tonight. And maybe next time we'll hear from Ben. It's possible. Because that might be the test. The next time Ben has to do this with all the new stuff, and he has to know it inside and out. So Ben,
there you go.
start
There you go.
studying.
Randy, we'll put him on the audition at the Pipe Show. Bob and Frank are going to go around and do all the interviews, and they'll interview Ben. You sit down.
Yeah,
What's
he did
that?
interview at PCA.
He did. He did. He did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, you had to give it to him.
I know. I had to give it to him. They busted his chops tonight. I'm sorry, Ben. Don't
It's
worry.
all right. Ben's a big boy. He can handle it. All right, everybody. Once again, thank you so
everybody.
much. And Frank, what's the new saying?
What's the new saying?
Ah.
The new saying is, I don't know what the new saying is. I can't remember.
I think it's
I
called
was-
good
You
night.
forgot that already?
Yes, I listen. When you're drinking, you don't remember things. Okay, when you're at this age and you drink, you remember even less.
All right,
So-
look at last week's show, and this
Last
way you
week's
bring
show.
it to next week.
We had a show last week?
We had a show last week.
Carole, thank you so much. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Randy,
Bye, everybody.
here we go. Ciao, ciao, Randy.
Ciao.
Ben,
Bye.
thank you.
Ciao.
See you later. Kathy.
Tell my brothers to line 'em up. We'll drink that whiskey from those old dirty cups. We'll toast to the present, the future, and the past. This ain't my first drink, but I sure it ain't my last. 'Cause this world is so beautiful. I see its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful. I feel its love come shining through. This world is so beautiful.